Welcome back, guys, for another episode of the GhettoRig podcast. For those who don't know, my name is Eddie. To my left, we have my co-host Jay, and behind the camera control and all the good stuff is Miggy Man himself. Episode 302. So my Miggy Man is telling me, yeah, we're back. Feels a little weird. The pod lately has been a little all over the place, but it's kind of just been Frank Sinatra said, "That's life." Which most of it has really been shitty. Like most of the time when we'd miss pod was like vacation and like fun things we were doing. Lately it's all been kind of shitty stuff, including this cough you see that's still lingering. It's fucking annoying.
Talking about that, did you see the Tate brothers got arrested?
Yeah, I saw that. That was like last week, right?
Yeah, which is crazy to me because they got arrested on
Here.
yeah in Miami on England's request for extradition. They are United States citizens. What extradition?
Well,
They're British and United States citizens, both.
cause they were born in Britain, right? And then like raised here.
No,
in
their
America.
dad is American. Their mom is Brit.
Right, but I think weren't they born in Britain?
Here, I think.
I think they were born.
Can
in
you look
England
up?
and
Can you
raised here, and then moved back?
I think it was the opposite,
Maybe.
but I don't know for sure. Where were Tate brothers born? Washington, D.C. So they are literally Americans born in United States and then lived in UK. They have both citizenships, and UK contacted United States and told them to extradite the brothers. That's crazy to me.
For on what charges?
Some allegations of rape and
That shit is still going on.
yeah, and the problem is no one is really talking about it because the lawyer actually I saw the lawyer talk. He's a lawyer, their lawyer, and the guy didn't really directly answer the question because he said because this is part of the case, but then he's like, guys, look at each other and think about it straightforward. What else allegations could there be? They already got prosecuted in Romania for that, and they're beating the case right now. They literally like on a verge of literally clearing their name completely. And Romania had a deal with UK that they're not gonna go after him until Romania is done with it. But then UK, so it's basically the same people I think that they have. They're just bringing the same people over to go and
Prosecute them.
prosecute them for the same thing. So the lawyers was basically saying that he's pretty hopeful and he sees that they basically can get him out of prison because like they're being held but without a charge in solitary confinement.
They're still here in the U.S. right now.
Yeah.
How long till they ship them off?
There has to be some sort of a judging. They haven't gone in front of a judge yet.
So they'll put them in front of a judge here in the U.S. first before extraditing them.
Yeah, because judge has to rule whether they can be extradited because they're United States citizens. Now, see, the problem with that is if they extradite them, who else can England extradite from the United States? What if England is pissed at Elon Musk and says, I want you United States to extradite Elon Musk? What, are we going to send Elon Musk now there?
Well, I don't think that's like that, but...
Well, that's basically what it is because United Kingdom is basically coming after them not only because of that, but also freedom of speech, right? Like, that he cannot say the things that he's saying. That's what he's going after. So what's stopping them going after Elon Musk and saying you got the largest platform where people can say and do whatever they want on platform X, so you're directly responsible for it. What do you mean they don't? They do.
But I didn't get to finish my thought, and I didn't really want to either.
Yeah, because England arrested 5,000 people just posting on Facebook, right?
Yeah, I heard it was earlier this year we were talking about that a little bit.
Yeah.
In the UK, it was kind of getting a little weird with their speech shit.
Yep. So this is one of those things. Now, Marco Rubio has the right to basically clear their name and say, okay, this is bullshit, just let him out. But I don't think he's going to do that if he wants to become a president because then he'll alienate half of his voting block. So it's going to come down to the judge basically saying it. Oh, yeah. And then there's that. Yeah, did you see this video? So apparently Moroccan immigrants were flooding Spain coast of Spain, and like a lot of them, a lot of them,
Hundreds of.
thousands. They're saying thousands. I mean, this looks like thousands to me.
That shit like it looked like they were pricing for the running of the bulls in that motherfucker.
Yeah, yeah,
So
a lot.
what caused this like to happen? Like all these people on the same day at the same
Lackluster
time.
rules. Lackluster rules. Spain has. Yeah.
There it is.
I mean, this is not hundreds, bro. This is thousands.
There's 100 in that section.
Yeah, just in that section.
There it is.
Oh damn. Okay, yeah, no, that goes quite along the beach. So, but like,
There's 50
what-
just on that boat.
what like what my question is like, did these Moroccans like have like a plan? Like it has to
Well,
be,
see-
this has to be planned, right?
So, can you go to the
Like,
birth
hey,
rate?
we're all gonna just fucking swim over there
Yeah.
next week on Tuesday
Yep, pretty much.
because we're just gonna bombard them. Like, and
Yep.
they just can't stop us.
Uh-huh.
Una fiesta en Barcelona, tío.
Yep. Basically. Can you go to ChatGPT for me? Can you hit the mic? What is the birth rate in Spain right now? So, per thousand people, 600 per birth, percentage-wise, what are we looking at? 1% increase. What is it? 2.1 child per woman. Well below the replacement level. So Spain is well below the replacement level of 2.1 children per woman, right? So they're below that rate. It's 1.1. At 1.3, you cannot recover a nation. 1.3, no matter what you do, no matter how many people have children, you cannot recover a nation. So, a lot of the European countries have this lackluster immigration law due to terrible birth rate, right? They have to replace the population with immigrants in order for immigrants to work and pay taxes and social security, demand, so on and so forth, right? Like this takes a big effect on everything, right? For example, I mean, Zins, right? Let's talk about Zins. If you were to do a market research, how many people do you think that are consumers of Zins are over 50? Versus how many that are between 30 and 20?
30 and 20 is probably like 35 and 20, 21, of course. When you can buy them in the U.S., is probably the majority.
Users, right? So anytime you come up with a new product, the early adopters and then the general adopters are the ones that are younger. Older people usually don't like to do these things. Now, if that's the case, any new product that's going to come out, there's not going to get adopted because you don't have new children or new younger generation to replace the old ones. Old ones are just going to stick to their own thing. So that's going to take a toll on the productivity of the country. That's going to take a toll on productivity of the country in a sense of human capital, meaning like you're not going to have as many smart people being born that can do something for your country, right? And on top of that, you're going to have the issue of replacing people that are going to pay into your taxes, which supports the government. So this is why they have this immigration policy. As a matter of fact, what do you think the United States is at right now? 1.6. So we're not that far away from being at that 1.3 level where United States people will literally disappear, and this immigration policy has been a thing for a while. Now in Romania, I think it was in Romania or is it Bulgaria? I don't remember, one of the European countries, they instituted if you have more than 3 children, 3 and above, you don't have to pay taxes at all. So they instituted this law where promoting families and having children, basically, right? So, and I think that's why, a lot of the European countries have like a lenient immigration laws, because they need more people coming in. But the problem with that is you're bringing people completely with a different understanding of life.
You're bringing in some Australians.
Yeah, like that would be a little bit different, right? You're bringing in Western world people to Western world. They can kind of like mold and merge and have a good cohesion. But then if you bring somebody from Eastern world to Western world, or from Western world to Eastern world, the traditional, what's the word I'm looking for? The clash of the
ideas,
clash of the ethnicities happens.
Clash of everything
happens, right? Like right now, I don't know if you saw in England, it went viral. Like these, there was a sheep herder that put like literally chain link fence on his sheep because they were discovering a lot of sheep are getting raped by Palestinian, not Palestinian, Pakistani immigrants. So they have this literally like a spiky chain link fence on their sheep. This guy had them. Like,
I don't really know what you're supposed to say to that.
what can you say to that, right? Like, at the end of the day. And then you have the...
I mean, I've heard of Cubans doing some crazy shit in my time. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Well,
I
yeah,
heard
yeah,
some
yeah.
stories.
There's some stories. There's stories for sure.
No, there's not only stories. There's a Discovery Channel thing where the guy literally goes behind a bush with a donkey.
What country?
Cuba.
Oh.
Back in the good old days of Cuba, I think they used to have like sex shows in like certain places, right?
Well, that's the
touristy
thing.
places.
It's been in Mexico too. They have those in Mexico, like
They
these
probably
little
do.
dive bars, you know.
I've only heard about them. I mean, obviously that's not a thing right now.
Yeah.
They're probably doing worse things right now.
Yeah. So like, this is what I'm saying. Like, you know, you get like, have you seen those memes or those reels where people from clearly different countries are coming to the Western world and they don't know how to deal with the escalator? Like the escalator is coming down and they're trying to climb up the escalator that's coming down, huh?
My mom had that issue.
Yeah. Until somebody like, hey, now this is how it's done, right? Like you
Yeah,
gotta.
my mom was scared of escalators for a while.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You gotta get used to them.
Yeah.
I used to walk in the unpaved roads.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, so that's where the problem lies. And how do you fix this? It's a very difficult question right now. And we know that, the newest research came out. If you were to guess, what's the percentage of men that women like say that they like? 30%. 70%.
Lower.
Women think that 70% of men are just like, they don't like them at all. 7% of men, they don't like them at all. And if you ask the men, it's the opposite, right? It's the complete opposite. It's 70-30, right? And then the GSS data came out because a lot of people were saying, oh, you're using the dating app data. This is not that great, blah, blah, blah. Now the GSS, actually governmental GSS data came out that top 5% of the men are sleeping with 58% of the women in United States currently. See what I mean? So nobody's really having children or families, and this is the childbirth rate for you. You know what I mean? That's crazy to me. Like top 20% of the men are sleeping with 80% of the women.
What do you think is the main cause of that?
Main cause of that, I think, is number one, I'm going to blame maybe third and fourth wave feminism. I'm going to blame that a lot. And then also social media.
You wouldn't put social media above that?
Nah, I would put feminism. Because feminism was the one that actually like propagated this dumbass idea.
But it wouldn't have got anywhere without social media.
No, it was already happening with feminism.
I know,
Like
but I'm saying I don't think it would have. The ideology you're talking about has gotten to a lot of
yes,
women's head. I don't think
social media definitely like
wouldn't have-
supercharged it.
Yeah.
Supercharged it, 100%. Supercharged it. And, because see, like, feminism gave this dumb idea to women that they want to make as much money as the men, but they also want the DEI programs, which make them make more money than men, or at least equal, but they don't like men that make the same amount of money. They want men to make more money. Does that make sense? It's like, it's a contradiction within itself of the things that they want, right? Like the two things contradict each other. It doesn't work that way. And they found in Scandinavian countries, the most egalitarian countries, that when they're as free as to do whatever they want and sleep with whoever you want, the roles start reversing and women are going towards more masculine men, and that's putting a pressure back on a birth rate. Because I mean, think about it, bro. If you had a bus of Swedish volleyball players pull up, would you ever commit? No, you wouldn't. Why would you? You know what I'm saying? Like, would you have a family or establish a family or even try to have children with one? No. Why would you? You know what I mean? It makes no sense. Makes sense, right? Like what I'm saying. I know it's pretty sad, but it is what it is. It's the truth. There's nothing you can do about it.
I don't gotta worry about none of that right now for me.
No, you're doing good. You're doing good. If you got a girl, you're doing good. But then if you didn't have your girl, let's say God forbid something happened to you, and
I'm
you
fucked.
bro, yeah, you fucked.
Yeah, I really do. I really do believe that in a certain way.
Because unless you're 6 foot tall and make $100,000, nobody even look at bro. High school girls think they need to date a guy that's 6 foot tall and makes $100,000. High school girls, bro. The ones that are like in 9, 10, 11, 12th grade.
Well, I don't give a shit what a high school.
No,
Girl
but that's not the point. The point is that even at that age,
you're talking about children though, so they don't really know what the fuck they're saying anyway.
But whatever they saying is no different than whatever the.
They'll start to figure out when it's start working.
No, they won't.
Sure.
They won't.
Sure.
You know why they wouldn't figure it out? Because there will be a guy that's that and will just like string him along and not ever give him the relationship.
Sure. Depends on how pretty you are.
Yes, of course. But even the ugly ones now, like you ever try to talk to an ugly girl?
No.
Okay.
I was like, no.
Try to talk. Try putting them in a friend zone and try to talk to them. See how that goes for you.
What waste my time?
Well, I'm just saying, bro. Like even the ones that are below average are like.
Why would I invest in penny stocks, bro?
No, I understand that, but the point is not why would you invest in penny stocks. It's not that you won't invest into penny stocks.
He won't.
You like even the penny stocks don't want you to invest into them. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like
That's fine with me.
yeah, but it's like you going to the market and saying I want to buy these shares of Apple, right? And they're like, "Oh, sorry, you have to have XYZ criteria." Okay, great. So, but what about Nvidia? Nope, same criteria. Well, what about Tesla? Same criteria. All right, well, give me some cheaper. Guess what? It's still the same criteria. No matter what you want to do, is the same criteria. So, how do you invest into whatever it is that you want to invest in?
Invest in a startup.
That's the thing. There is no startups. Startups are also doing the same thing. Startups, hence the high school girls.
No. Invest in a startup.
No, I understand what you're saying.
Knows what's going on.
Someone that knows what's going on, but someone that knows what's going on has the choice.
Maybe a prodigy, a genius.
They wouldn't be with you because your intelligence level is not there. On average, they're looking somebody that's
Well,
stronger, taller, smarter,
they're looking for
makes more money.
bro. If they don't want that either, that's fine.
Well, what do you mean that's fine? I mean,
I'll just keep looking for another startup.
but the whole thing is the startups, whether it's a startup or already a mature company, they still don't want you to invest in them. 80% of the women don't want you to invest in them.
The economy will change, brother. There's dips in the chart.
No, this pendulum is not going back. How is the economy going to change? How?
The pendulum has swung a couple times.
So they're suddenly women going to stop voting? They're suddenly going to say, I don't want voting rights. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to work. I don't want to make money. How do you think that's going to change? It's not. Once it shifts, it shifts.
These girls are saying that.
Mm-hmm.
That they're wrong. They're welcome to real life.
But it doesn't matter whether you're saying you know they're wrong. I know they're wrong. He knows they're wrong. But they don't believe they're wrong. Prove it to them that they're wrong.
Doesn't matter. Life will show them.
Yeah, but then by that time they're already too old, and you don't want them anymore because they're old.
I'm just saying, too bad. There will be a point.
I think you're a little too optimistic about it. You got to be realistic about what's going on.
I am? What do you mean? Literally, bro, the world is the real thing. Like, they will learn.
All right. Okay, anyway, forget that. On the other news, what else do we got?
I'm excited about some new pictures I just put up on Instagram.
Yeah, so I like them.
Thank you.
Give him the
Yeah, they
little,
look fire. I was actually I saw them right before.
Was it a
walking
private
in
client
here.
or they just found you,
I
or
thought
how?
that shit looked nice.
Was it friends or something?
It was through Lateral Media.
You
It was through Lateral Media.
you gave it that kind of dreamy feel and look. That shit looked fire.
Thank you.
I liked it.
Appreciate it. I worked really hard on those.
Yeah.
What
I'm
else?
sure
What
you
else
would have
you got?
wished you would have had or I guess you did use an
I had all the
R4.
gear I wanted.
Yeah, you use an R4 already for that, but now you have your own R4,
Yeah.
which is pretty
So
nice.
more comfortable.
Yeah, kind of set for forever now.
For a bit. For a bit.
I mean, like,
Not
when are you
forever,
gonna
for a
need?
bit.
When are you gonna need photos that come out of something better than an R4? I mean, like, you need more glass.
I have the camera for my lens.
Yeah, you need more glass. That's something you need. Whether you just get another like
But-
comparable 24-70 or 28-70 like you
What
have, or
What I'm looking for
Get a
right
long
now
lens.
is either a 1635 master, which is gonna cost me 2.6 thousand.
why are you gonna get the master?
It's really nice, the sharpest. It'll also do the quickest shooting. If you get some aftermarket ones, they don't do the full burst. That's what I've seen.
Well, the R4 only does 10 FPS anyways. It's not like you have an
I
A1.
think it does a little bit more.
No.
But anyways, later on, looking into the future, it's gonna work better with the better newer cameras that I.
Yeah, I mean, native glass is always nice.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, from what I've seen come out of like what the for example what the R4 already is capable of with like just a good Sigma lens, you don't need anything more than that, dog. I mean, like if you're, let's say you were doing like a lot of billboard poster work and stuff like that, where like or like really expensive product photography or something.
That's what I'm looking to do, though.
Something where it's like,
I want the best quality possible.
I know, but like at the end of the day, it's like if you're just gonna go spend fucking almost $3,000 on a lens, because that's how much that shit costs, right? The G Master wide lens.
Yeah, if it's not the
If
it's
it
not that one 16 to 35, it's gonna be the 70 to 200, which is also around the same price.
yeah, I don't know. I think in my head I would look at it and go, okay, am I gonna get basically something that I can't even tell the difference on? Like, what's the difference between spending $1,200 on like a badass Sigma art lens that is comparable to the G Master? That's what you're looking at. It's like half the price, bro. Like
Oh, I thought about just getting a 50mm prime lens. And
That
just put
too.
That bad boy on there.
but that is so annoying.
then
Like shooting prime all the time. That is fuck.
You know what you're gonna be shooting. You can plan ahead, and you know what
The-
you're gonna need.
But that's very specialized, though.
It is, and it's very. When do you know a shoot to go as planned? Never.
No. But you
Shoots
have a general,
never
you
go
have a
as
general
planned.
idea. Okay, you're gonna be shooting a boat. Okay, am I gonna be shooting from a different boat? And that means I'm probably gonna need a longer lens. Am I gonna be shooting on the boat? Then I'm probably gonna need the 16 to 35.
Right, but like for
Or I'm
example,
gonna use a 16 if I'm on the boat. If I'm far away, I don't know if there's a prime that's 200. Is there a prime 200?
there's a prime in whatever you want.
Okay, but sure.
There's a prime in whatever you want.
I don't know if I would use something like that. I'd probably use a variable zoom regardless if I'm shooting from far away.
Yeah.
Because they could come up close and then you're fucked because you're over there.
Yeah.
But if you are shooting something that is more directed and you know exactly how you want it to go down in the scenes, and it will help you get more professional. You will have to compose better. You'll have to.
Yeah, but
shoot
do you know how
accordingly.
much more time everything takes?
Yeah, you're gonna go run around back and forth just to fucking get the right angle or right
Yes,
distance.
but some shoots will require that.
I don't think any shoot we've ever looked at requires a prime. Wait,
Not on Sam. Maybe on more on the LM side.
on the LM side, it's not that it requires a prime, but they use primes for a lot of the interviews. That is true. They use an 85.
But that's you're talking
Oh.
about doing interviews, talking about taking pictures.
Right. I mean, and, and like for example, like people who do professional portraits, they're using prime lenses.
Yeah,
Right. Like they're
And they
using
have-
prime
They
lenses.
have a 16, 35, 50, and 85.
85. Yeah.
but that's if you're doing portraits, and like most of the time in a studio,
But just because,
correctly lighting, you know.
Just because you're doing portraits doesn't mean you can't use them for other things.
No, I
Yeah.
get that. I get that. You can use it for other things, and f-stops are probably going to be a lot lower on those anyway. So you can do those effects that you want to do. But at the end of the day, like, how much of that effect do you want to do unless you're like zooming in on a fly's eye and you want just the eye to be like completely visible, where the rest of the body's
it depends,
not.
because like, for example, let's say you're shooting at 24 mil, and you're shooting at 2.8, right? Like one of the lenses we use, right? And then you look at the amount of blur that you're getting for the whatever item you're shooting, and then you crank it into 70, the amount of blur is completely different.
Yeah, of course.
It is astronomically different. The more compression, aka the longer the lens, or right, the tighter the lens, the more blur you're gonna get. Like the more that fucking like nasty bokeh of like super really like buttery blur in the background, the more that becomes exaggerated. Which is why a lot of people like to use the 50 and the 85 mils for portraits, especially the 85, because that 85 adds that little bit more focal length and adds that extra blur, regardless if both lenses are 2.8 and letting the same amount of light into the lens. 85 is a cool focal length. I think it's got like the right amount of like compression essentially, but it's not too far.
And you can't get on the standard 24/7.
Well, let me ask you this.
But 70's pretty.
24/105.
70's pretty close. And you can. I like shooting things at 70. Like if you're ever shooting items and you're trying to
on the standard 70 to 200, I definitely shoot the standard 70.
Let me ask you this: what would be your return on investment?
Return on investment on what?
On that $2,600 lens?
Constantly doing work with it.
But the problem is, no, it doesn't make him any extra money than what he's making really right now.
Then why would you fucking worry about it?
That's why I think, in my opinion, like the 24 to 70 is like what you need, and then if you need anything beyond that, you get maybe like it just all depends on your work, right? Like, for example,
I don't want to get another 24/70, you know.
No. In your case, I wouldn't. No, you have a 28 to 70. Now that, for example, that lens between that lens and my lens, you'll see a difference in sharpness on that freaking R4. Because that's the contemporary, right? So it's the hobbyist glass. It's not the art like as the best that Sigma offers, for example. So you're probably gonna want to try and get an art lens for that R4, right? Or get a G Master.
I'm gonna give my ass one of the fucking masters.
They're so damn expensive.
It's
It's more expensive than the camera.
No, that's
itself.
fine. Get the master, but like the bottom line, you have to look at it is like, okay, how much money am I gonna get out of it? If you're not getting any money out of it, like by how much better is your work gonna be? Like just if you were sit down and you say like, put your hand on your heart, percentage wise, let's say what the lens that he's talking about and the lens that you're talking about, how much better quality of a picture are you getting?
Marginal.
A lot. Times 2.5.
What do you
Bullshit. 250% better?
No. He's talking about glass. He's talking about glass. Like getting the comparable art lens from Sigma on the wide, like the 16 to 35.
On the same camera, two different lenses.
Marginal.
What is the percentage wise? How much better quality of work are you getting?
I mean, the client won't know.
Is it above 10%? Is it below 10%?
Below 10%, in my opinion.
So,
and I think
let's say it's 9%, right? 9% better. So is 9% better justify double the investment?
No, that's the way I look at it.
You want to compare the 24/70s?
No, the
one
compare the wide
about.
one. The wide,
1635?
yeah, I don't know if Sigma's is 16 to 35 or not.
1635 Sony FE. Okay, so they don't have a 35 by the seams of it.
So Sigma's comparable thing would be 14 to 24. I think is what Sigma's comparable lens would be.
I'll go with the 16 to 28. The 14 starts giving a way too spherical of a look, and then the 28.
But the 16 to 28 that they have from Sigma is also part of their contemporary series.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. The one that they have that's the wide lens, that's the art, would be
14 to 28.
Or 14 to 24 is what it is. Yeah, that's their art wide lens that they have for 1500.
Versus beast.
How much is the G Master?
26,000.
2600. $1,000 more.
16 to 35.
I will say if the 16 to 35 doesn't have a bulb,
The new version is, which I might just get the old version. I don't care about the new version.
Yeah.
The old version was fine.
You know what, Mickey? I actually will say there is one thing about the 16 to 35 that would be better than this Sigma, and might actually be worth spending the extra money. Is not having the bulb lens. So this has the Sigma has like the rounded front glass, so you can't use traditional filters on it.
Oh, that's another thing.
You have to use the back filters. that go on the back part of the lens, which I think is
No,
wild.
that's gonna increase your focal length, and then
No. It doesn't. It's not an adapter.
No, it's
It's
not?
actually like a little insert that goes into the lens, or into the camera body. Sorry, it goes into the camera body, and the lens goes on top of it. But
yeah,
it
that's
doesn't.
retarded.
It doesn't add. It doesn't add space.
Yeah, but that's retarded. Taking out, putting those in. There's so much dirt you can get in there.
Mm-hmm.
Go back to the Sigma real quick. That's Sony Sigma.
Damn, Sigma doesn't have a.
Well, what's wrong with that? With that 16 to. What's wrong with that one?
That's their normal G lens.
Well, what's wrong with that?
It's not gonna have like the best glass that
Okay,
Sony
well-
offers. It's not like their top of the line.
What about if you go back to the Sony's down a Google search? The Google, yeah, that one. What's wrong with this one?
No, that one's great.
That's the
So
one I
why don't you
want.
just get this?
That's just the older version of the G Master. They have a G Master
Okay,
2
well
now.
then if you're gonna spend that much money on a Sigma, might as well just get the
Yeah, no, I would get that G
native.
Master for 1300.
yeah.
But yeah, now they have the G Master 2 is 2600. That's the
Yeah,
best
but then
one.
how much better is the G Master 2? You know what I mean?
I think the only thing it has different is the aperture ring.
Yeah.
Aperture ring meaning
You can adjust the aperture on the lens
On the fly?
itself. Yeah, well, not on the fly. You can still do it on the camera, but like this one has like a physical ring on the lens.
well, which
itself.
makes it a little bit faster
Nope,
than going
nobody
clicking
uses it.
through it. Yeah, nobody
uses
uses it.
No,
They're
my
so
Sigma
used
lens
to
has the same thing. I still use the digital dial on the camera.
Well, then
you're
fucking
so
just-
much quicker than.
Yeah, well then this
Mhm.
makes more sense for you to get this, and it's just actually cheaper.
Yeah, I was thinking about it today. The new one's actually.
If you're gonna drop that kind of money-
This one's used too. It's gonna be a little more expensive.
Well, it's still the same. Mint condition is the same price. Might as well just get this.
I will get that for sure, dude. I might just get that tomorrow. I gotta wait a little bit. I gotta save a little bit more for this.
Yeah, no, bro, because you got to look at it this way, like how much better product I'm gonna put out. If you're not putting out that much more better product, like, is it worth spending that money?
Oh no, I definitely put thought into this. I'm not just
The-
throwing out thousands of dollars.
There's a pretty cool. So Sigma made the first 1.8 full frame zoom lens. I don't know if you've seen that. It's the first of its kind. Because you have some 1.8 crop sensor lenses that are
1.8.
variable zoom. Mostly 1.8 is usually an aperture you're getting in a prime lens, right? They have made some for crop sensor, but Sigma came out with the first. I think it's a 28 to. It's like a very small, different variable zoom, but look it up. Sigma 1.8 zoom lens, full frame. It was last year, I think they came out with this.
28.
Yeah, 28 to 45. First of its kind. One like you usually this is a big ass lens, by the way. This shit is a fucking unit of a lens, but it's pretty cool because you don't usually get a 1.8 aperture in.
Now that makes sense.
Oh, they have it on sale already. Oh, $70 is nothing. It's basically full price. This is a cool lens. Like if you were,
This doesn't make sense if you already have a standard 24 to 70 or 28 to 70.
it does if you want
If
a
If
1.8.
you're brand new and you already have one, yeah.
But I mean, it doesn't.
But
It
I
doesn't.
But it's a full
I already-
frame.
I
It
already
doesn't
have
re-
something that covers that mid range.
Yeah, but you don't have
Yeah, but
something
you
that
got-
does it at 1.8 aperture, which
Technically,
allows
I do.
way more light.
And full frame?
Not a full frame.
Well,
It's
that's
gonna
what
be a crop sensor.
Yeah.
Well, it's,
APS-C Super 35,
Well, the whole-
baby.
That's the whole point of this. This is the first full frame lens
But
that has
I
variable
can't-
zoom
I
at
can't
1.8.
I can't crop the image, but it doesn't mean that I can't use it.
But I'm just saying, like, this isn't to replace a 24 to 70. This is a whole nother tool.
this is
When
very
you have
special.
enough money that you want to blow another fucking load because you want to shoot a little bit darker.
A little bit darker.
A couple
Two-
stops.
It is quite a bit.
It's
You
like
get a
5
lot.
Stops, 4 stops.
1.8 to 2.8 on full frame. Yeah, it's like
2.4
that's-
2 or 2.5, 2.2.
no, the stops don't go like that. It drastically jumps when you're at that lower range.
I thought for some of those ones they dropped to like 2.5 or 2.2.
Lim, you just opened the Baskin Robbins for Miggy.
So a 1.8 lens gathers 2.4 times more light than 2.8.
So it's brighter,
It's 2.5 times brighter.
which means you can shoot faster, ISO lower, and get the same quality at 2.8.
Right.
So that's
What if you're
almost like
shooting
that's
certain-
probably almost closer to like sporting games. Maybe like that could be good for
No,
sporting
not
games.
necessarily, because
Full frame sporting games.
in sports you want usually high focal length, and you're
Yeah.
not really. It's hard to shoot at a low aperture because they're moving so quick. I mean, autofocus is good, and but this is too wide of a lens. I think for most sports. Most sports people are using long lenses, like a 70 to 200.
Because they're not close enough.
Yeah, it's not like you're running around with the athletes all day. No, you sit in a corner and
Yeah, that would be perfect for like
and
some
you
sort of a
sight.
grappling thing where you're like right there.
Yeah, if you're like close, yeah, that would be sick. But you would also get like shit in focus because the depth of field is gonna be so narrow.
You're gonna get their hands.
It would be better. That's why the lens is also pretty wide. Like when you're talking about shooting something at a really high focal length and then also having a really narrow depth of field, it becomes hard to get shots because the more zoomed you are, the narrow
The
it's
smaller it
closer,
gets, yeah.
Yeah, and the closer you are to something, it can be a little more difficult. Like
But that's what I'm saying. But that's 16 to 34. I mean that is a very short lens. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a big lens, but it's a short lens.
yeah, it's very wide.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll think about it here for a little longer.
I want to get a
Save
new
some
camera
money.
just to be able to not have to use other people's gear.
What do you want to get?
An A7 V. I want to sell my camera for about $1,000 and then upgrade to this one.
Can you sell yours for $1,000?
Maybe right under.
How much is the A75?
28.
Oh shit. Okay. But that one does more of the shit that you do.
Yeah, it was gonna give me better photos, which I don't really necessarily need better photos. That's not the whole point. It's gonna give me the capability of doing video, all on one camera, photo and video. Right now, I'm having to use my camera for photos and then having to scavenge the office to find a video camera to use whenever I go do shoots, which.
So yours
Makes
is
things annoying.
yours has to be a blend, like a hybrid for you, because of the job that you're doing. Miggy is strictly
not
photos.
necessarily. I mean, Mickey owns an A7S III, which is that because he owns a badass video camera that's meant for video specifically only.
Yeah.
Already.
But he isn't Miggy more. Don't you concentrate more on photos
Yes,
rather than
he
videos?
does.
That's what I'm saying.
I think
But
I think
have
at
to
this
get
point,
the moneymaker first.
yeah, at this point though, I think I've used this camera more than Miguel might have already.
Yeah. So that means you need a
I
hybrid.
do a lot of video.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
photo.
So you need a hybrid. So technically, you should look into something more that does video and then scavenge for a photo camera, because then you can scavenge less.
Yeah, I also would like the idea. I also like the idea of having one camera that does both,
That's what. Yeah.
and not having to switch.
Now, if
back
you
and
were to
forth.
go to video route only, right? And
I'd
then
get an FX3,
FX3.
which is about right under $4,000.
Ah,
You can get it
shit.
for.
Never mind. Just stick to the 7.
Or the new FX5.
Technically,
$5,000.
now I have a $3,700 camera
What?
because you can't get a new one.
A new what?
You can't get a new A7R4 from anywhere unless you want to pay that full price of $3,700.
They go on sale for about $2,000. Like when
Best Buy doesn't even have it anymore.
yeah.
Well,
Well,
They
Can
Oh,
you
so
sell
they-
it?
well when Best Buy was selling them, they were about $2,000.
Can you sell it though? Here's the question: would people buy it?
Go for the price he bought it for.
Yeah, I bought it for $1,600.
Yeah.
No. If you were to sell it, let's say for 3,000, would you be able to?
No.
No. Nobody's gonna buy it. There's so many already.
The R-
$16.99.
They already have the R6 out. Like that
Two
recently
generations
just came
behind,
out.
but this thing is badass.
Hmm. How many cameras do you have now?
Three.
Three? What about you?
One.
Make it big.
He has a girlfriend. I don't have a girlfriend. That's the difference.
No, you collecting them cameras like they're Pokemon, bro.
He used to become Thanos one day.
Yeah.
He's gonna get a Hasselblad one day too. I'm gonna see.
That's
I'm gonna see him.
my last
I know.
camera
I
right
know.
there.
One day I'm gonna see Miguel, and he's gonna be like, "Eddie, look what I got. What do you do, Miguel?" And it's gonna be 100 megapixel Hasselblad on his fucking desk. Yeah, just 10K.
It'll happen. It'll happen, bro.
With a 20K lens on it.
Yeah, the glass for those are expensive because it's medium format. So like basically you have a crop sensor. It's like probably about that big, the sensor, and then you have full frame, which is probably about that big, and then you have medium format, which is about that big.
Hasselblad, yeah.
Right, and so for each format you have to have different lenses because you have to cover that larger format sensor. And the larger the sensor gets, the more expensive the glass always gets.
Yeah, because it's a niche shit, right? Like, not everybody wants it.
Like, somebody asked me the other day, like, oh, what's the big difference between the crop sensor and full frame? I said, it's just bigger. Like, really, that's like, and then all the caveats that come with it. Better low light performance because the sensor's bigger, can capture more light. There's just caveats that come with one or the other. Like, crop sensor can be really badass for certain things. Like, for example, if I was a wildlife photographer and I was trying to capture things from as far away as possible and only outside, I think crop sensor is the way to go because you're automatically getting a longer focal length with every photo you take, right? So, like, example for me, if I want a 7200, I got to go spend $1,200, right? And it's going to be still that 7200. On a crop sensor lens, you go buy a 7200 and in reality you have I think it's a 135 to 285 or something like that because it crops it in. So you now have a longer lens and you can keep higher quality.
See.
Yeah. So like a 50 mil in full frame is 75 millimeters on a crop sensor.
Yeah.
So I almost have an 85. Still got that APS-C 50.
Well, what's the equivalent of your 17 to 70 in full frame?
This is 17. 17 APS-C.
So 25.
What are you looking at?
Different conversion.
25 to 105.
Bro, ain't nobody understands what you guys talking about. You know
Yeah,
that,
that's all right. What's for us?
The people who know about it do.
Why don't you educate?
I already did. Crop sensor is smaller, about this big. And then the medium.
Re-explain that again.
We're just talking about different sensor sizes on cameras. So cameras have two main formats. You have also medium format, which is the more niche, right? Like you don't really see a lot of professional work or just hobbyists even using that. But crop sensor is the more common one. It's used across all brands, and so is full frame. But it's just a smaller sensor, and then you have full frame, which is kind of the standard for everything, and that's a little bit bigger on the camera.
Representation right there.
Yeah, and basically when you're going,
Can you hit the picture of the woman so everybody can kind of see what you're talking about?
This is just a comparison of like the apertures between them, which I don't know what that really means, but
How depth of field changes with sensor size.
oh, I didn't know that.
I don't know. You need to learn more.
So is that why like an iPhone camera at 2.8, apparently 2.8 still has like no bokeh? Because the sensor's so small?
No, they do have bokeh, but they do it with the software.
Yeah, it's artificial though.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about real bokeh.
No, real bokeh, yeah.
Because is it because the sensor's so small?
Yeah. Well, what do you think? There's like
I didn't-
sensors so fucking small.
I didn't know that the
Lenses are
size
so
of the sensor
small.
had a difference in how much blur you get. I didn't know that made a difference.
Because it has to do with the focal length. Like the smaller your focal length, the more bokeh you're gonna get, right? So the sensor cannot handle that. Like they
don't
can't give
think
you
it's
that
about
focal length.
I don't think it's about how the sensor can handle it or not. I think it's about how the sensor captures light because it's so small.
There's that too, yeah. Because a smaller focal length, you need more light. How is that sensor gonna pick up all that light? It can't.
Well, it's not the focal length; it's the aperture.
Yeah, but if you drop your f stops, right? If you drop your f-stops, you need
Get-
more light. With a lower f-stop, you need more light.
No, with a higher f-stop, you need more light. The lower the f-stop, the less light you need.
Yeah, but with the lower f-stop, that's when you're getting the bokeh.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. So, like, I didn't understand that different sensor sizes will change that bokeh even at the same aperture.
But isn't iPhone sensors that like they don't actually like make it smaller or bigger?
No.
They're just
change
fixed.
cameras.
Huh?
They just change between the cameras. depending.
Yeah, that's it. So that right there, where your own lens does that, when it squeezes it in and opens it up.
But, like, it also makes sense of, like, why when we do, like, drone photos, you know, like, the speaking of drones, the you have no bokeh, even though the drone says it's at f2. But it's because the fucking sensors is big. That makes sense now. I always wonder how that made any sense. Because you look on the drone camera and you're like, bitch, the whole frame is in focus.
You're also far as shit from yourself.
You are also far as shit from your subject. But you see what I'm saying, though, right? Like, I think it's partially due to that.
It's a question why.
Go
but
look it up. Go
it
to
also- It
ChatGPT.
also makes sense for it to be because you're so far away from that subject.
That
A
too.
lot more is in focus because if you look towards the edges, not everything is in focus.
Go to ChatGPT real quick. Ask it.
I don't know how to ask that.
I can ask it. Why is it that when a camera sensor becomes smaller and smaller, like between a full frame camera and then let's say an iPhone camera, that you have less bokeh even at the same apertures and focal length?
Gotta be with light.
And bokeh is
Just
just
not
the
enough
background
light.
blur, that little nice creamy black background blur you see that Mickey gets out of his really nice photos. That's bokeh, by the way.
Aperture number.
The easiest way to understand it, imagine two cameras, full frame and iPhone, both shot at f2. Even though they're both f2, they don't produce remotely the same background effect. Is
F number is a ratio focal length divided by entrance pupil diameter.
so simply
yeah.
because the sensor is so small.
Mm-hmm. This is not important framing. Suppose you're a photographer, person, and want them to. I can't see that far. Occupy the same amount of the frame.
Suppose you're photographing a person and want them to occupy the same amount of the frame. With a full frame camera, you might use 50 millimeters f2. With the much smaller sensor, you need something closer to 12 millimeter f2 to get roughly the same field of view. And that shorter focal length is the big reason the smaller sensor has much deeper depth of field. This is why people talk about equivalent aperture. For the same frame and approximate depth of field characteristics, you can roughly multiply the aperture by the crop factor. For example, suppose an iPhone's main camera has something like 6mm f1.6, and its crop factor relative to full frame is around 4 times. Its full frame equivalent characteristics for depth of field are approximately 24mm f6.4.
There you go. It's because of the sensor size. Simple as that. All right, boys. Can we wrap it up? I gotta hit the bathroom. All right, guys. Thank you everyone for joining us. Another episode in the books, and we'll catch you guys next week. Peace.